Hey guys, I have another card video for you. First of all, I die cut two rectangles from the fawn large stick rectangle stackables, and I die cut the largest size. And out of one of them, I also cut the fawn grassy border, and that's the piece I'm using here. And I'm coloring it with this dress ink. I'm using Mauve Lawn and Lucky Clover.
Our skin. We watch the day go by. Stories of what we
then I took the other rectangle, and that I'm gonna use sort of as my sky. So first of all, I'm gonna use the cracked pistachio ink. It looks really blue on camera, but it's a bit more greenish in real life. And I'm not going to blend it super dark all the way to the top. I sort of wanted to fade in almost white. And then I'm also using the peacock feathers to make the bottom a bit darker, but not too much. I'm going back in with the cracked pistachio to blend it out a bit more. And then I checked if I saw any harsh lines when I put the grass over top. Now I'm using just a spray bottle with plain water, and I'm spraying it. I'm gonna let it sit for a few seconds, and then I'm gonna take my cloth to dab it off so that I get some water droplets. You can't really see it that well, but I think that at the end result you can see better. I just took a piece of plain white cardstock, and I'm using the Avery Elle Furry Friends stamp set and the Memento Tuxedo Black ink to stamp the two cats. So you can see that's the Avery Elle stamp set. And then I'm going to color these with my Copic markers. I used first for the darker shade, which I'm adding here, I'm using C5. I'm first doing that kitty, and then I'm going to do the other one. And then I'm sort of blending it out with the C2. You can see me fussing around on this image a lot because I didn't get the blending the way I wanted to. But this is supposed to be just an old gray cat. The other one has some more stripes, as you can see here, which I'm first applying with the C5, just some stripes all over the cat. And then I'm just gonna go over it with my C2 to blend it out, and I really like the result. I wasn't really focusing on staying between the lines because I was gonna cut it out anyways. So I did that. And now I'm using a black alcohol based marker to go around the outside because I don't really like those white edges. I'm doing that on both of the cats. I drew some balloons on cardstock. The yellow one is a round one, and the one that I'm going to do now, which is the pink one, is sort of heart. The yellow one I did with mustard seed as my lightest color, and fossilized amber of my as my darkest color. They are distress inks. And for the heart one, I used abandoned coral as my lightest one, and picked raspberry as my darkest one. And now I'm cutting them out.
No hope for love, no hope for love.
Then it's time to assemble my card. First I'm going to take just some plain white glue, and I have them in one of those fine liner bottles. I'm applying it on the little peaks of the grass so that it really sticks well. I'm not working on a card base yet, I'm just working on the main panel. Then I add my two cats, and I'm also using that same adhesive. Sort of fussing around with it here because I didn't really know whether I wanted to place it behind the grass or in front. or partially behind, and eventually I decided on just doing it partially behind with with a little bit of grass in front of her. And I'm also gluing in the other cat. I'm also gluing the balloons on the card. I didn't really know in which order I want to put them, so I'm sort of trying it here.
It's a basket case I've been dreaming of.
Putting in a colored block on it so that it weighs it down, so that they don't buckle up, and then because then the adhesive won't dry good. Now I'm using a black fine liner 0.5 to draw in the whiskers again, because I cut them off because I didn't want to cut all around them. And I'm also drawing the strings from the balloons. I'm using the Memento Tuxedo black ink again, and the Winsor & Newton, the big, the bold and the happy stamp set, and I'm using the sentiment happy birthday. I'm stamping it on the balloons. I'm using a Wink of Stella clear brush pen to add some shimmer to the balloons. This is the first time I used my Wink of Stella because I have it since today. So it isn't really flowing amazingly, that's why you see me twisting the brush and doing sort of weird things with it. But I'm just getting used to it. And all I have to do is glue this panel to a card base. I just made a card base out of just some plain white cardstock. And now my card is finished. I'm gonna show you guys a close-up so you can see it a bit better. So that was it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!